Hattie was probably about 12, I think, and turned
How
up
long
one
ago
of
is
our
that?
local cycling club rides. That's nearly 8 years ago now, because Hattie's going to nearly be 20 soon.
Getting old.
No longer a teenager. So yeah, quite a long time ago. And I just remembered riding one trail at the Forest of Dean and looking back and thinking, wow, that little kid's still there, like right behind me on a like really old supermarket kind of bike, and yeah, no gear, no idea really, but thought, I think she might be all right.
Wow.
So yeah, fast forward a few years and she's doing all right, really.
And you've been officially coaching?
Well, not really ever officially, kind of
okay.
like, I mean, as part of the club, obviously we did coaching sessions with the kids when they were young, and then I kind of like unofficially basically just dragged Hattie along to a load of bike races when she was 15, 16, to a load of enduros in the UK, made her suffer.
Part of the Teemo team.
Yeah, and then I kind of sponsored her really through my Teemo kind of development programme, so
Cool.
giving her some bikes through Trek and slowly kind of, yeah, multidisciplined approach, doing cross-country, cyclocross, and now enduro, so been quite cool to see the progression.
Yeah, so sort of guiding in the right direction.
Yeah, certainly. I think more than anything, just being able to answer questions, help out, and point in the right direction definitely is helped.
What do you think are 3 qualities in a coach that takes them above the average coach and makes them really outstanding? And that's not necessarily specific to mountain biking either. General
I think the
qualities.
most important thing is communication. So like, there's absolutely no point in setting someone a load of training to do if you're not finding out if it fits with their daily life, how fatigued they are. There's lots of stuff that comes into coaching. It's not just about like, here's a program, off you go and do it. I think also being able to relate to what they're doing. So I think in some ways, knowing the sport, particularly for me, knowing what's also fun, what is really painful, and making sure you're being realistic with what you set as well. There's no point in setting, if someone hates riding an indoor turbo trainer, then why go and set all those turbo trainers? So again, it's just that knowing the athlete, I think, as well. And I think I guess the third one probably would be just trying to be like, set goals that are achievable. That's the biggest thing, rather than bigging stuff and saying, oh, you're going to be world champion in next year. Making sure that those stepping stones are really manageable, and to see progress on almost like a weekly basis, so you can feel like you're achieving something all the time. So be able to break it down and make stuff to give you that motivation and that kind of desire to get out of bed and get on with the training each day. So
I definitely agree. Like, the being able to relate, I think I found has helped a lot. It kind of, they definitely understand what you're doing, what you're going through, and the communication. I've definitely struggled over the years a couple of times with some people to kind of communicate well with them, and I know I'm not the best communicator, so partly my fault. But yeah, I definitely think she's
it's sort of something I've noticed is emotional intelligence is quite important, like being able to essentially what you were saying, like being able to be specific to the individual, because some people might need quiet and patience, and other people will need you like on the heels.
That's true.
And I think as well, when athletes are young, certainly in those teenage years, and you're someone that's a lot older than them, it's a different level of communication as well. And some young people just don't communicate well until they're a bit older. I think it's quite normal. So I think it's being able to kind of realise that and make sure you ask questions and work with them and double check, have you got that, do you understand, rather than just go yeah. So actually like breaking it down maybe as well. I think that's really important, and keeping it fun. Like, honestly, that's the biggest part of it. Like, if someone's just training for the sake of it, they don't really know why or not enjoying what they're doing in a few years' time they're going to totally crack and they'll disappear off the face of the earth, and they'll never want to ride their bike again. And that's, for me, was the worst situation that could ever happen. Like, I for sure want Hattie to love riding a bike for the rest of her life. Whether or not she ever achieves what potentially she's capable of, that isn't the important thing. It's
about the love for the sport.
It's having
first.
fun and having a lifestyle and something that you'll carry through your life is the most important thing.